Hello, my fellow rail fans, and welcome to another episode of Transit Chronicles. In this episode, we will be talking about rail expansion in New York State. So if you take a look at the map, you notice there's actually quite a lot of Amtrak lines going through the state, but not quite enough. Areas like the North County in New York as well as Central New York are getting Amtrak service, but places like the southern tier are neglected. So we're going to go over that in just a second. Okay, so here are some of the proposed services. We have one that's from Buffalo to New York City, and one from Binghamton to Albany, Rensselaer. So yeah, I propose these because they'll connect much larger cities as well as connect colleges. Anyway, enough about the colleges. We will get to talk about these rail lines in just 1 second. Okay, so what we have circled here is the Buffalo to New York City route. So this route would stop at many places throughout New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York State. Binghamton will be one of the most important because it's one of the largest cities in New York that doesn't have any Amtrak. So that'll be a big improvement. And it'll also stop in cities like Cornell and Elmira. Those places are not near any Amtrak station. They'd have to go to like Rochester or Syracuse. And the community has also been begging for passenger rail for a long time, so it's important to restore rail to the southern tier. This would also benefit northeastern Pennsylvania, as Scranton has been begging for Amtrak service. This route would also have 4 trains per day, so it would have 4 round trips. So it could be enough that people will use it, because there are some places where it's only one round trip a day, and that's really not enough, especially in cities like these. Okay, so on to the next route. So this one I proposed goes from Binghamton to Albany, Rensselaer. So why I chose this route is because it'll connect to many colleges throughout New York State. Like there's the Binghamton University, there's a SUNY College of Cortland and Syracuse, and of course Albany has one too. So, yeah, I think it'll be important because it'll connect the colleges, as well as Binghamton can connect to the other big cities like Syracuse and Utica and of course the capital. So, yeah, and it would provide a connection between both the Empire Corridor and the Lackawanna Corridor. And I think it would have a good usage to it, especially. The route would also help add capacity to the existing Empire Corridor, as well as the route itself would be two round trips per day. So it would add a few more trains to the Empire Corridor and add frequencies, especially if you're traveling in between existing cities on the line. Okay, now let's talk time. So when should projects like these start or be completed? Well, it's all reliant on the Lackawanna Cutoff project. Like, for instance, let's say the line from Buffalo to New York City. Cities like those would be reliant on the Lackawanna Cutoff whenever that starts, which it's projected to start, or service is projected to start around 2028, when they have service on the Amtrak route from New York to Scranton. So then running service to Buffalo would be long term. But Binghamton, possibly we could see that not too much further into the future. Now, Amtrak service between Binghamton and Albany doesn't really have any plans. This is just an idea of mine. But if it ever does happen in the future, it would probably be very long-term or not at all. Because this is just an idea. But I wouldn't be surprised if they ever do consider something like this in the future. Okay, so for the fleet, these lines would likely use the new Amtrak Aero sets with the APV car in order to get into Penn Station. And by the time 2028, these trains should be in service, and I think we'll see them not too far in the future. Anyway, that's it for today's video, y'all. Oh, and also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content coming your way. And thank you for watching Transit Chronicles.